place I think that's really difficult is going to be on the northeast on Campo Militar. Arguably
the best looting spot in the game.
Well, no, but also El Azahar.
Are we going to go back down that path again?
Yes, okay, so the loot is really good up in Camp Militar, but the problem is the rotations in and out are very, very brutal.
And there's no attachments.
And there are no attachments.
That's the other downside of that. But yeah, the rotations are brutal in and out. The thing is, if we get a southern circle, it's not so bad. There are 3 paths out of that top side of the map, compared to the opposite side north, where there's not a lot of ways south.
You say that. Remember last game we had people driving in from the north? They got lambasted by everyone hanging out, just setting a trap on that highway. Rotations anywhere is rough on it.
You're sitting here talking about, oh, there's 3 rotations out to an area that's so far north and east, you can't even go.
Like Ghost, Lazarus, Noble, who can't even really get into the mid game on a consistent basis.
Oh, and here we go. We've got a crash coming out from Taylor J, running right back up onto the guys from Smoking Aces. He's just going to get down and dropped, though. Is going to be pissed all the time, being like, nah, I don't want to have anything to do with this.
Bad. Sorry, Taylor. Good luck.
Speaking of rough rotations.
Thanks for taking one for the team, buddy.
But I mean, we knew there would be rough rotations on this map, especially with this circle. We're going to see a lot of crashes towards that mid. We've got right smack in the middle. It's Monte Nuevo, right? So that they set. So I think Lazarus just hides out. If there's no smoke wall, there's no reason for Simplicity to push them.
But they already got the 2 kills onto it. You'd think that there's just 2 potential points over there if they want to go.
Oh, there it is. That's what they're waiting for. You throw the nades out, you open up the push. Now it's a 1v4, and immediately the trigger is pulled. Simplicity releases, comes in aggressive. Check Shooter takes the front. Sub-Zero gets him in his sight, gets the knock on Wooly, but they're coming from 2 sides. Peeks in the window. That's the end of Lazarus.
It was a rough run for Simplicity. In fact, Sub-Zero almost got 2 downs there, but even if he did get...
Just holding that angle, and right now it's VZ looking back on the other side of it. There's multiple members of Noble thinking about they're making the run through here. So, grenade's going to go off, and Daculus is going to go for a little bit of a reposition. Boom. Everybody's still looking about going up that stairwell. That's the scary, scary part about this.
They set the grenade to there's 2 sides to this stairwell. They set a grenade in one, guaranteeing the player is not there. Now they know that he's on the opposite side, and they can sort of keep an eye on that. The smoke goes out, buys a little bit of space, so VZ says, hey, I can be anywhere now. And I don't know if it's worth making this push. Just let VZ exist up there and hold the bottom.
It's definitely not worth because they're no longer in the circle.
And that's the big factor with it. Keep in mind, we do all have Space Station Gaming that's right over here next to this. The other members of Vicious Gaming are down that hillside. So, Noble's got to figure out what they're going to do. There's the nade that goes off.
There it is.
If they know it's one, yep, Adaculus is just running up there, going to get themselves a free kill point.
They should know that it's one. They've heard the footsteps walk around. VZ was never running around full sprinting.
Be Smoking Aces right down below it. How is he going to opt into playing this one?
It's a very tough spot to hold. He's going to go ahead and cook the grenade and toss it out to let them know, hey, I'm up here, don't push, I've got bad news for you. The problem is that stairwell is tough, and they don't know if it's 1 or 2 players up there. A smart play by Pistola. He does the hop down. He may try to slide around the back, but he's taking fire. He's got to just play this one out. Shots from Frolicker up the hill. Is it time to just go aggressive and try to wipe out SA?
Looks like it as he gets the shots onto one of them, gets the flush as well. Still 3 members of Smoking Aces around. Tries to get the shots onto Fine Legit, but cannot get it. That's going to be Y-Tim's Fate and E-United both eliminated.
While we were watching that fight on the opposite side, the last man standing for WTF does go down to Vicious Gaming. No surprises.
SSG now the push on Simplicity. They have a knock against them, but a nade comes in, gets a trade knock onto Lynxy, and that's a really good player to take out of the fight.
SSG needs to make this push now. They're taking fire from Envy. It's time to get inside and try to earn this one. Right on top of each other. Wooly around the corner. Vexel looks right and left. Pre-fire, but it's not enough. He goes down. There's a good follow, though, and Wooly will also get taken down and executed.
So Space Station Gaming now has control of the first floor. They've got the kills that are necessary for it, but Check Shooter still looking in a high ground position on the outside of it, being patient about it. He's got Pentalol over there as well. Circle has shifted nowhere around this location, so Check Shooter's positioning is so big. But Pentalol coming up big, gets the down onto 2, but he's gonna get flushed out. Does Check Shooter choose to capitalize? He knows that there's gonna be damage on Huen. How's the angle gonna come through? Can Huen hear this? Footsteps now a big factor, but a lot of time being wasted. 25 seconds before the circle starts to condense down.
And they're both going to have to move. We did see another hardship down to the southwest, but Pentalol, I was going to tell Check Shooter just to get out of dodge, but Pentalol with the kill, with the down, and the flush on that one, getting 2 players out of it, make this a 1v1.
You can see Check Shooter realizing the fact that time's about to crunch down onto him, wants to get the spray, at least get the finish off the moment Huen went over there for it. Now, it's a 1v1 right on the edge of the circle. Gonna come down, and Check Shooter's gonna go ahead and hit those shots. 8 kills and 6 of them on Check Shooter at the direct time.
While that was happening, Noble ran. Hold my beer.
Oh my
like
beer.
that's
It's almost
literally
like,
every player.
We're gonna do it this time around. Beautiful shot coming out from Cherry Poppins, but he drew a lot of attention. Tempo Storm was like, no, you don't get to do that to us after we go. Cherry Poppins comes up with another big one. Sure, he didn't get the kills, but that's influential as that may allow Wildcard or Envy to
This is huge. So the is left alive, playing in the back to get Overwatch. They know exactly where he is, and they know there's only one space for him to go.
Here comes the move. You can see Pride's realizing he has to go. The smokes are covering up his reposition. Sharky has to have an idea for it. So much utility being used at the time. He's trying to see if maybe he can get some type of sneaky angle, but you can see Sharky is just reading the footsteps, listening. Gotta spot him out. Sharky's gonna get a little bit of damage back and forth between them. Now down below half-life, but that's gonna be all she wrote as Tempo Storm gets themselves a 9-kill victory.
Should have died to blue.
Should have. Okay, so here's the key to victory for me. It was that push. Great play by Wildcard to leave the pivot point in place. If you're Tempo Storm, you realize the flank is coming, and the only way to secure it is to take out the pivot point. They push, they don't get the knock, and Zampa eliminates them.
The only reason they knew the flank was coming is because Wildcard were too slow, and it gave Tempo Storm time to realize, wait a second, there's only one person there. There were still 2 others unaccounted